Hi, it's Craig Kahn here today with the latest installment for Kahn Interactive Group. I want to talk today about pay-per-click advertising. What is pay-per-click advertising? You hear a lot of talk about Google Adwords and Google taking over the world, and people still don't understand what pay-per-click advertising is. Well, it's how Google got started, and it's really how Google's making almost all their money these days, despite all the other ventures that they've gotten into. So, just briefly and quickly, put it as simply as possible. When you go online and you search for something, you see the results in Google, and at the very top you see promoted advertising, and on the right you see sponsored listings or sponsored advertising. It's all the same thing. Sometimes the name changes depending on the search engine, but those are all pay-per-click ads or Google Adwords. Although Google's not the only one that offers this advertising, lots of search engines do. For example, Yahoo and Bing offer these ads. You can find these ads in Facebook, etc., LinkedIn. Now, when you go there, you'll see the ad, and when you click on it, the advertiser gets charged a certain amount of money based on a certain formula that the search engine provider is using. The advertiser gets charged a certain amount, but the person who clicks on the ad doesn't get charged anything. But because the advertiser gets charged per click, thus the name pay-per-click advertising. So, the next question is, should you use pay-per-click advertising as a part of your marketing mix? Well, really that just depends on what kind of law firm that you have and what kind of business you want to generate. If you have a firm that's generating a lot of business through referral activity, and you're perfectly happy with the amount of clients you're getting, you may not want to do pay-per-click advertising. If you're a firm that's been relying on yellow pages to generate business, well, I'm probably not going out on a limb here very far to say that your business is suffering, as the yellow pages has been shrinking in the number of users over the past few years. So one possible replacement for yellow page advertising is pay-per-click advertising. You could obviously choose a number of different marketing mixes, but the beauty of pay-per-click advertising is you can track down to the keyword and the click exactly how much it's costing you per client, per lead, per click, per advertiser, whatever you want. And so you can highly target the area you want your ads to show up in, who you want to see your ads, and how much you're willing to pay to generate a click and thus a client. So it evens the playing field. It doesn't matter whether you're a big company, a small firm, or a large firm. You've got the same shot at running a successful pay-per-click advertising campaign. Now, you also hear a lot of talk about the organic results or the natural results in Google and other search engines. And some people say that your sole focus should be on trying to get to the first page of Google organically because the ad clicks are free. Well, they're free in the sense that you don't pay per click, but they're not free in the sense that it takes a lot of labor, yours or the company who you pay to do that labor for you, to keep you on the first page. For example, somebody has to submit articles and optimize your page, submit blog articles, maybe do video submissions, whatever you're using to keep you at the top of the page. Google is constantly monitoring that, and if your competitors are doing it at the same rate as you and you stop, you'll likely fall down below them. So it's constant activity. Google can change their algorithm, which is what they use to determine who's going to be at the first page or not. And so you're constantly playing that game. That's not to say that you shouldn't do that. It's just to say that relying on one thing to the exclusion of a number of different channels to generate cases puts you at risk. So my recommendation would be to do both. You have some work and some money going into your natural search engine optimization campaign, and you have some money also going into your paid advertising campaign or your pay-per-click campaign. The other benefit of this is that your ad or your listing, your website, will appear on the page in more than one place. And if you combine that with a Google Places listing and maybe an article or a video, you could be literally all over the page and look like the 300-pound gorilla when somebody gets to that page searching for the keyword that relates to your law firm. So that would most likely have a very favorable impression on them, and you're more likely to get clicked on. That's really about it for today on what is pay-per-click advertising. Again, it's Kahn here in Cleveland, Ohio, where the weather is starting to get cold in this fall, getting to be a dreary day. We're going to see a lot of those here now for a number of weeks and months, unfortunately. The good news is that football season's upon us. Ohio State has already started with a victory, and my beloved Browns are starting this Sunday. So I'm curious to see how the new coaching staff and some of the new players perform, and maybe we'll get lucky enough to get a win in the first week of the season, which is very rare for us, against our rivals, the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll talk to you later.